Hi guys, okay, what we're doing today is going to be removing the sidewall trims from this Audi A4 Avant. This is an S4 B7, but it's identical in the B6 and the B7, and it's the same for the A4, S4 and RS4, they're all the same. There's a few little bits of trim we've got to remove before we can get to these, so let's get stuck in. Okay, so the first part we're going to remove is this boot lock trim right here. Okay, if we take a quick look, you look down the back here. Okay, now looking at the back of the trim, I've already taken these screws out, but you can see here there's two screws on either side. This is on the inside of the boot right here. So remove all four of these screws. Okay, so now we've removed the four screws in the rear of this section. What we need to do is pull it out. There's actually two clips, one on either end around here and here. So what we're going to do is pull up with a little bit of force, just enough to pop these two clips out. There we go, and there. And then the whole thing lifts out. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to remove the boot floor panel, this section right here. I'm just going to lift this out of the way just so you can see a little bit easier. But at the back, right across the back edge, right in here, we've got two clips, one on either side. So if you give it a bit of a pull, a bit of a wobble, normally will just pop out, as simple as that. And then you can remove this entire trim. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, just to make this a little bit easier for when I start pulling on these trims, so I'm just going to drop down the back seats. Okay, so now we've cleared our access, ready to take out these side panel trims. However, attaching them to the floor here, we have these cargo lashing hooks. Okay, now if you look inside here, we've got two screws in each one, which are T30, so it's a Torx 30 bit. So what you want to do is just remove these two screws. And the whole unit lifts out, and obviously you want to do this for the two that are on the side panel that you're working on, or if you're removing both side panels you need to remove all four. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to remove this little hatch, get it out of the way. It's not essential, but it's nice to have that out of the way. It is a separate bit. If you lift it forward, give it a wiggle, it'll come out on its own little hinge here, and that'll give you better access for when you're working on this side panel. Okay, now before we start taking this main panel out, there's one screw that needs to be removed. Everything else is held in with clips apart from one screw. It's actually hidden away in this little section in here, which is where the load cover hooks into. If you look inside there, you'll see there's a screw. It's a standard size 2 Phillips to remove that. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to actually pull this panel out. As I said before, it's only clips that hold it in now, but it's important to realise where these clips are. And when you try and pull this panel out, rather than just trying to pull it with constant strength, what you want to do is try and find out, locate where the clip is, holding it in, and then just give it short, sharp pulls against that clip. Okay, to get this started, what we want to do is look at the clips that are running up here first of all. The best place to grip this, okay, is to remove this little plastic cover here, which is your access for your rear lights on the B6 and B7, and also under here. Just nice and gently, there. So the first one's come out of the bottom. Okay, so we've got the one free that's on the bottom. If you pull it gently, you can see the clips right here. Okay, so what we want to do, just give it short, sharp pulls. Like so. Now looking down the back of the trim here, we can just see the two clips that we've just pulled out. So this was the first one that came out, the lower one, and obviously this is the slightly trickier one on the corner. Okay, so next we have another clip that's in around here. Okay, I got quite lucky when I pulled the one off the corner, so it actually pulled that one out for me. If I lean that forward a little bit, you can see this clip here. That's the third clip that you need to remove. So now we can see the top of this panel is completely free. Okay, so we've got this clip out, and this clip out. So all that's holding it in, you'll find, is down in this bottom corner down here. And to get that out, what you want to do, gently give it a bit of a wiggle towards you, and it will just pop out like so. Okay, so just to show the same process from the other side, I'm going to do this all in one for you quickly. I've already removed the screw that's in the top here, so it's now just the 3 clips that are holding this in. So again, I've got one here and one here, like so. I managed to get both in one, and then we've got a clip across the top, like so. Wiggle the whole unit towards you, like so. Now what we have on this side, on the B6 it's often in here, on the B7 it's towards the end here. This is the cigarette lighter. So obviously when you remove this, you've got the wiring for the cigarette lighter on the back. So just remove that like so, and then the whole panel can be removed.